Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm here to tell you about an amazing life-saving development for the National Library of Australia. Recently, the Australian federal government pledged an emergency funding of $33 million over a 4-year period to save the National Library of Australia's Trove digital archive. An additional $9.2 million in ongoing annual funding was also promised. N Tony Burke, Australian Arts Minister, described Trove as Australia's digital memory. This digital memory is one of Australia's most significant historical and cultural resources, with billions of images, newspapers, documents, manuscripts, and myriad other resources that are freely accessible to the public. Trove is counted among Australia's most popular internet domains and receives more than 20 million hits each year. N The funding was necessary because the Trove archive was under threat of closure earlier this year due to the lack of funding given by the previous coalition government. Marie-Louise Ayres, National Library's Director General, even described Trove as having been treading water for years under a funding model no longer fit for purpose, surviving on only $5 million annually. N Many collecting institutions, historians, researchers, and members of the public began to rally together to fight for the funding of Trove. Professional Historians Australia even issued a statement in February, claiming that the budget cuts to Trove were just one of many crises facing Australia's national cultural institutions due to decades of budget cuts and minimal investment in cultural infrastructure. N The statement further expressed that unchecked, the failure to invest in Trove could result in an increased unawareness of the importance of cultural heritage and an overall diminishment in interest. Thankfully, with the Australian federal government finally stepping to the plate, Trove will not have to shut down for now. N Marie-Louise Ayres reacted to the news of the funding with delight, claiming that she never ceases to be amazed by the curiosity of Australian researchers, and is pleased that they are now able to satisfy that curiosity. N In a nutshell, here's what went down. Trove, the National Library of Australia's digital archive, was faced with the threat of closure due to lack of funding from the previous coalition government. Historians, researchers, and members of the public rallied together to fight for the funding. The Australian federal government then announced $33 million in emergency funding over the next 4 years and an additional $9.2 million in ongoing annual funding to specifically save Trove. N So, what do you guys think? Is this great news or what? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. As always, thank you for watching and see you next time.